Well, hey you guys. Today is going to be updates, and just little tiny updates of things that have been going on. I didn't feel like they were worthy of filming like a particular project. So let me just take you on a little tour and I'll show you really quick those updates. So what I'm doing is trying to update this area, which I call the ugly area of my garden. And what I want to do is I have several pipes, and you can probably see them. There's a pipe here, a pipe over here, a post here. They're all cemented in the ground, and I can't get them out. I've tried. I can't get them out. So what I'm going to do is I have several trellises that I've stuck over there, and I'm going to plant some vines, some kind of flowering vines, to just pretty that area up. I also moved some landscape stones over here in a circle, and I have a lot of those landscape stones, probably 20 some landscape stones. And let's get a little closer so you can see what I've been doing. What I'm going to do is put those in a circle. Probably I might just make it a little flower garden, something, like I said, to pretty this area up. I don't know if I'm going to leave the rain barrel here, but I do want to catch as much rain as I can and use that to water the garden. The next mini update that was done was the one cover crop bed got completely covered with compost, a whole layer of newspaper, more compost, and then a layer of leaves. You can still see some of the cover crop sticking out where I didn't get it completely buried, and it's wanting to grow. So I'll get that stuck back down in there. We have two drainage ditches in front of our house, and they were completely covered with leaves. And they're probably about 3 feet deep. But all those leaves got moved and carried to this area, well, it's the cinder block garden. They all got taken out of the ditches and brought back here. And that is a lot of leaves, believe me, and it was a lot of work. But nothing I wanted to film. Now you've seen what I consider the ugly of my garden. And here is the next project, which I will film, is the hoop house that I built, which is not really a hoop. Well, I consider a hoop round. This isn't round. This just goes up and down on the other side. So it's a triangle. And it has worked fine, but I've noticed that when I pick it up, and I pick it up right here in the middle, and it's on hinges, and it just opens up. There is a piece of nylon, I don't know if you can see it, nylon rope. So when I pick that piece of nylon rope up, and I pick the whole side up, it's on hinges on the back, and it opens up and it just kind of hangs on that rope, and I can work in there. I can pick my vegetables. I have a little nursery going on in there with baby lettuce, spinach, kale, oh, you name it, beets. I've got everything going on this side of the bed. Now this is 3/4 inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe that's making this frame. And what I've noticed is going this whole 8 feet, even though it's Schedule 40, it's I guess the thickest PVC pipe that you can buy, it still bows when I pick it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace this hoop house or hoop triangle, and I'm going to make 2 4-footers. So what I'll do is I'll take this off. I'm going to make a 4-footer going down this side and a 4-foot section going down that side. And after I get this one replaced, I'll make some for, where's my finger? I'll make some for these beds over here. And they'll all be 4-footers also. So for the last update, let me take you inside. Okay, you guys, well, we're back inside. The lighting's a little weird today. I didn't expect to be inside, but I thought, well, one other update I would give you is an update on the apartment compost. I hope that the light from the greenhouse isn't bothering you at all. I left the lights on. It's normally covered with a white painting sheet or painter's sheet. And I act like that is maybe a white painted wall. So if I had the greenhouse in a white room, that would be like it would be up against the wall. Now on the back side, I have 2 like dressing mirrors, and that reflects the light in. And then with the sheet, what I'm thinking is that it reflects light back also. I'm hoping that it does. And I just figure if it doesn't help at all, it's not hurting. And everything in there seems to be doing fine. All my seedlings are coming up. And when the transplants get to be, you know, a fairly good size, I take them out and plant them in a garden box. So I don't know, everything's going fine. Let me get to the update here on the compost. Now, I've been turning the compost almost every day, just almost every day. It's broken down, or it's still breaking down, and it's getting richer, and it doesn't have any smell at all. I almost stuck that up my nose. Woo! It's getting this richer look, a darker look. I think you guys can see that, how dark it looks. And you know what this makes me think of is I've got a friend that I watch on YouTube, and his name is Ian Nocton. And he's got an allotment. And you look out at his allotment boxes, and he says it looks like, I think he said chocolate cake or chocolate frosting. I don't know, I'll have to watch it again. And that's what this looks like. It reminds me of chocolate cake mix. But, I mean, let me show you. It's looking, I mean, just really great. I'm so happy with it. So I started a compost on December 13th just to see what would happen after a week. And then I filmed making a compost. And instead of mixing two composts every time I came out here, I put the two together. So this is two composts. One started on the 13th and one started a week later with you guys. I think it needs maybe just a little bit more water, but it is sticking together. The worms are in here and they are just loving it. I mean, they're having a great time. And this handy dandy fork that I got at the thrift shop is just, it works really well at turning, ooh, there's a nice worm. It's not very lively. Anyway, it works. That fork works really well at turning the compost if you decide to do that. One other thing about the compost is I said I wasn't going to add anything else to it. I did get coffee grounds from 2 pots of coffee and put in here. So I did add that one extra thing is about a cup of coffee grounds. And I'm not even sure why, it's just because I had it in the kitchen and instead of taking it outside, I threw it on the compost. So that's the update for the apartment compost. If you have any questions about it, you know, comment or question down below. And if you can see the side, there's like a little lip right here on the side of the tote. The compost is coming to about 1 inch to 1.5 inches below that lip. So it's just right about down here. So I only have about 4 inches of compost now. That's how much it's composted down. And when I dump it out, when it's done, I'm hoping to get maybe a 5-gallon bucket full, but probably not. But I'll film that, and you guys can see when I dump it into a 5-gallon bucket how much it comes to. So the other thing I wanted to show you real quick is I'm going to have sweet potatoes this year, and I've never grown sweet potatoes before. I don't know why, because I love them. I just put them in some dirt yesterday. So let me show you one of the sweet potatoes that someone gave me out of their BTE garden. And for those who don't know what BTE is, that's Back to Eden gardening, which is, the concept is covering your garden with wood chips, anywhere from 2, 3, 4 inches. In some of my garden, I had them 6 inches deep. But a friend of mine who did the same thing, her Back to Eden garden, this was one of the biggest, whoa, this was one of the biggest sweet potatoes that she gave me. So I'm just going to start those in a kitty litter bucket full of soil and compost. And I'm just going to get them to growing in there. And then when the slips start up, I will start the slips in here also. So I just did that yesterday. That's a little update. And other than that, that's it. Those are the updates. Oh, last thing. The next time I see you, I'll be building that 4-foot hoop house or A-frame house. So I'll be filming the way I make that A-frame hoop house. I'll just make one 4-footer. And then after that, on my own, I'll be making 4 or 5 others to go on my garden boxes outside. I've been sick, but I've been doing a lot of things also. When I get up and I feel better, I still get up and do things. So that's what's been going on around here. Hope to see you guys soon when I make the hoop house, and until then, I'll see you guys later. Okay? Bye-bye, you guys. Get this mixed up a little bit more.